Hmm. 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 Dun, da, 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 dun, da, da, da. Oh, my stream is delayed as hell. It's whatever. Ansbach, my savior. Here we go. Alright, Radon. Ansbach, thank you.
General Radon, a pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
The fuck? Oh. Ow. Ow. My God, I have been nothing but evil. Can I do something else, please? Ow. Uh-oh, wait. Oh, oh, fuck. 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 I almost died. But anyway, enjoy the Phase 2
Lord
cutscene.
brother.
I'm going to try and actually
At long
screenshot
last
this
you are
correctly.
returned.
Because there's a specific frame I've been trying to capture for pretty much every time I've looked at this, and I've not gotten it right yet.
Tarnished one. Aspiring lord of the old order. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Nicola, and my promised consort, Radahn.
Here we go. Now I got the frame correctly. Alright, now fucking Radahn, die at 10,000 deaths. Never mind, I die instantly. I see how it is. But yeah. Yeah, but that sums up my entire experience with this game. With this specific boss. I normally don't do sorceries. Hell, I usually don't do magic most of the time. You know the build I want to run? So these martial arts. I wanted to do a martial arts build and beat this guy. You know what I'm having to do? Fucking Jesus bullshit. I hate doing it this way, but he does so much. He takes too long to kill otherwise. The only time I've gotten this. The only time I have gotten to Phase 2 consistently is with this effective cheese build. I'm disappointed. I am fairly disappointed that I have to do it this way. But I have to do it this way. I hate hearing about this. Spin. Ah, shit. Man, you're starting to fight with that.
General
Fuck you.
A pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you.
Spam. 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 Ow. Spam. Oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Dodge. 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 Like I said, Phase 1! I like Phase 1! I say that I immediately die, but yes, I like Phase 1! Ah, you see, Vare is the person that actually is the one that actually calls you maidenless. In fact, the whole meme originates from that character. So yes, I will indeed pawn him like I did Vare. I kind of wish I was broadcasting. Honestly, I wish I was broadcasting the Mesmer fight. That actually was like This is just disgusting. It's literally have the NPC someone tank the boss for me, summon my mimic here, and then just spam imperishable forms until he dies. That is a strat. Ow. Ow.
Pleasure to see you.
Okay, there's a new level of complexity to this boss, trying to talk while I'm playing. This is going to be a new level of complexity. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. That's for why I'm not screaming in rage. Frankly, I don't want you to hear. I really don't want you to hear that. I did plenty of that earlier. Also, I would show you how pretty I made this character, but you can't see with his bloody hat, and her hair is hidden by the cape. But I need the hat, and I need the cape to buff the Thorn Sorceries, which this spell is a Thorn Sorcery. Like, I have min-maxed the hell out of this, and I'm still getting my ass beat. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, no. Whew. No. Ow, I dodged too early. Heal. Oh, come on! Will you stop doing that move? Yeah, I've pretty much memorized most of Phase 1's moveset. Oh, can you not dodge, please? Can you stop doing that pull? Thank you. Ow, I got stomped on. Heal. Uh-oh. Oh no. Run away! These are Niall's fault! I didn't run away. I didn't run away far enough. I did not run away far enough. That is most unfortunate. But yes, you see, yes, you see you starting to see why I mean about this guy. You see how much, like, how large the radius of that move is. I locked off and full sprinted as far away from him as I could. I still didn't get out of it. Oh yeah, I also failed to mention all the after images he does in the second phase that also deal damage and stagger you. So yeah, all those copies of him running at me before he actually swings. Yeah, no, those all stagger me. Those all do damage. He also does 3 different damage types. So even just itemizing defensively against him is incredibly difficult.
Those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have.
Ow. He does physical damage. He does fire damage with that that fire sort of that flaming slash, and he does a bunch of flop ton of holy damage in phase 2. And he does this constantly in phase 1. Oh. Oh, that's pain. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. That's pain. I have never done that before, nor do I intend to ever attempt that. The game's hard enough as is. I am not doing that. I'm not doing as a level 1 wretch. No, no, thank you. Oh yeah, Elden Ring is the biggest success From Software has ever made. It's also the first of a game in the genre to win Game of the Year. But yeah, the New Game Plus significantly buffs like enemies across the board. Ah, I'm actually getting people watching. Ah, that. Yes, I'm already familiar with that. Ignore all the circles. That is multiplayer related. I still don't know what it all means. Okay, where was it? Where was it? Hinterlands? Ah, here we go. Showing the village. I guess mark that there. Hmm. I don't remember rapping in Elden Ring, so that particular one, but his only voice. No, no, nothing like that here. But anyway, see, very, very pretty area. I've put a marker there to show where I need to go. Make sure I don't take a wrong turn. Also, mind where I'm walking. There is a hole to fall into and die horribly. I believe this is the turn I need to take. Now pay attention to the music when you first enter this area. And yep, notice the instant change. They did this for a reason. And this little tree right here I'm walking towards is supposed to have is supposed to have an item for you to pick up. And it's an incantation. And it's one that before the DLC you only saw once in the main game. The particular boss fight that an NPC you could summon would actually cast. Now if I can find it, tools, ashes, crafting, key items, sorceries, incantations. Where are you? Spira, I'll cook that later. Well, aggression, no, not what I want. Not what I want. Here we go. Minor archery. Secret incantation of Queen America. Only the kindness of gold, without order. Create a small illusory archery that continuously restores the HP of nearby allies. America bathed the village of her home in gold, knowing full well that there was no one to heal. Yep, she planted this when she left this village. This is the village where Queen Marika was born, the village of the shamans. Now, this is the land of Shadow, where originally a civilization that predates the Golden Order, known as the Horn Scent, existed. The Horn Scent, rather than worshipping what is known as the Ard Tree, or the Tree of Life, which the Skadu Tree here is in the shadow of, in fact this entire realm is in the shadow of the Ard Tree, hence the name of the DLC. The Horn Scent worship a primordial form of the old Ard Tree called the Crucible. Like a very evolutionist in the nature. Where like like all sorts of like horns and animalistic features as part of the body, wings. Boy toys. Uh-huh. No, also try and fall. Give me a moment. Right, you know, horns, like, horns, feathers. Well, actually, wait, yeah, there's a whole bunch of like incantations for the crucible. I'll like give like an idea. Throat pouch, throat pouch to breathe fire. A tail. You know, horns upon the shoulder. Porcupine quills. And an actual literal flower, etc., etc. That's sort of like melding of all, like melding of all living things. But horns, in particular, were considered sacred. Hence the horn scent, the name of the people. But anyway. This is starting to go like I dive a little bit from where where I mean to go. They hold like the horns as something very it's like a very high regard. Like the more horns you have, the more blessed by the crucible you are considered to be. This is also a civilization that has a lot of spirals. Also have a very significant like, symbolic meaning to their civilization. Yeah, this spell actually, Spira, describes it well. We wraps superior sorcery of a tower priest wielded as an incantation of a spiral. Like this is an incantation of the horn scent. Wraps one's arms together and hold them up to the heavens to summon a spiral of light that erupts at the enemy's feet. Columns of light persist for as long as the button is pressed. The spiral is a normalized crucible current that one day will form a column that stretches to the gods. And this is what they actually... what their actual goal is. The purpose of these spirals is to reach out into the heavens and be able to and basically create their own god. In fact, the location I was at before is called the Divine Gateway. Their objective is to continue like... Alright, this next bit of context involves the shamans and why I came here. See. Actually, wait. I have a weapon that actually goes over this. Like, see what I was mean about when I was talking about, like, how item descriptions tell so much of, like, environmental storytelling, and, like, item descriptions, like, put all together tells so much about the game's story and its world building. Like, just to, like, explain... Like what I'm like the horn scent culture. I've had to go through I've got like multiple different spells. I technically would have to go to 3-4 different locations and show you something. And I'm also having to refer to an actual weapon description. Here we go. This one, the Truth Whip. Whip bestrewn with rotting, misshapen teeth. Filthy and seething with disease, the teeth are embedded in the whip, and dose the victim with deadly poison upon each strike. As the wounds ripen, they grow inflamed and ooze pus. The flesh of shamans was said to meld harmoniously with others. That last sentence, the flesh of shamans was said to meld harmoniously with others. There's a creature type called living jars, which are quite literally a jar with a bunch of flesh, like a bunch of flesh like stuffed inside, basically becoming sentient. This is a practice the Golden Order continued to perpetuate long after the crusade against the Hornsent. This practice, however, originates here in the Land of Shadow with the Hornsent and their shamans. What they do is they gather all these shamans up, torture them, with this two-whip, by the way, imprison them in these underground jails, and in those jails they would all stuff they would stuff dozens upon dozens of these shamans into one of these jars. This process was with the purpose of conferring sainthood upon them. And with sainthood, a god could be the plan was that a god could be made from it. Marika is a shaman. One of these shamans. She somehow was able to reach a position of influence within the Hornsent culture, convince them that she could be their god, that she was already, that she had already achieved sainthood, and basically got them to create. Like you remember those like those pillars that like Mikula like appeared out of during the cutscene, yeah? Like in that final boss arena, those very same pillars are made out of the bodies of probably countless Hornsent that would willingly sacrifice themselves to allow Marika's ascension to godhood. What Marika does after this ascension is she immediately turns upon them. She immediately raises an army against the Hornsent to destroy them, to completely and utterly eradicate them for everything they have done to her, her family, and her people. She manipulated and deceived them to gain the power of divinity, and then with that power, divinity destroyed them. With her son, Mesmer the Impaler, leading the crusade. However, is Patos watching? To an extent, somewhat. But yeah, like this next bit I'm about to say, technically would be considered like gameplay spoilers for Mesmer. It's a bit of a roundabout because like knowing this about him. Okay. I hope he's not. Right, I don't have Mesmer's boss remembrance, so I can't read the description for that. But what I can do is go to the wiki and read it from there. Verifying you're human, but okay. Shut up, the earth tree. Here you are, Mesmer the Impaler. Remembrance of the Impaler, that's what I want. Here we go, here's the description. Remembrance of Mesmer the Impaler, hewn into the Shadow Tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader, alternatively it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. And now for the actual description. A malevolent snake writhed within Mesmer, and so his very mother plucked out his eye and put in its place a seal of grace. Yet having done so, her fear compelled her to secret away her child within the realm of shadow, hidden away, keeping company with the original sin, and a hatred that would not be confined. I sorta got spoiled about, like, Vesmer's Phase 2 before I fought him. Slightly marred experience. Only slightly. Yeah, I just, like, got, like, spoiled for, like, oh, he has a Phase 2, oh, he has a Phase 2 where he transforms, and he goes, like, grotesquely transforms. That's about all I got spoiled for, like, oh. Okay, I wonder how this is going to be. Then I actually see it happen myself. Yeah, that was definitely extremely unnerving, in fact. No, you cannot. I would have to do another new game cycle. And basically go to New Game Plus 6 and redo the entire DLC. And like fight, like progress back to the to the Mesmer fight. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna be able to do that tonight. I haven't even finished the base game for this current New Game Plus cycle yet. It would be nice, yeah. Sekiro, another like FromSoft game, actually has a boss rush mode that they added like later down the line in an up point. No, there is no save files sort of system. Like this is like exclusively like autosave based. But yeah, like this serpent is called the Abyssal Serpent that rises within Mesmer. And by the way, during the phase 2 transition, the eye, like the Seal of Grace, he actually plucks out himself. He gouges out basically his own eye. Like which, like that. Yeah, I actually posted like his exact quotes. Like for the exact quote of his phase 2 transition. I will not suffer a lord devoid of light. Oh, mother, forgive me. And then his own hand hovers over his eye, and then the screen goes black. Though you can hear him ripping it out. And it is not a painless process. I'm doing my best, match Mesmer's voice. It's definitely not one I'm really good at. Then the serpent is unleashed. Yeah, then the serpent starts writhing within him. The serpent well, actually no. The actual serpent's starting to sprout out of him is still off screen. It's full on body horror shit. You know what's funny? Everything snake related in Elden Ring comes down to some form of body horror. Rykard, which was the snake-themed boss in the base game, is nothing but body horror. Well, you're not the only one. I've got some people watching, but they don't seem to be commenting. Yeah, I've got like 3 people watching. I don't think it counts myself. Maybe it does count myself. Who knows? Not like I need to have a stream open on my PC. Ah. But yeah. Let's see, where was he? Where? Yeah. Then after the serpent starts additional snakes, turns out even with the abyssal serpent sealed, there's still like some a couple of snakes like sprouting out of his body. It's just it's just hidden underneath. The fact it's happening is just hidden underneath his armor and his cloak. Oh, by the way, that cloak burns off. During the phase 2 transition. During that cutscene, it actually incinerates the cloak. After ripping out his eye that was sealing the serpent away. Soon, tarnished, wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light. I really cannot capture the amount of contempt and hate that that was in that specific voice line. I cannot truly convey how much contempt and hate the voice actor put into it. I actually a talent he practically spat out the word tarnished in that line. Seriously, anyone that has a phobia of snakes will be mortified. Mortified and terrified by any and all attempts to fight against Mesmer's second phase. Just watching his phase 2 would basically trigger that phobia. Because after he says that, if you then get the close up of an eye socket, no, they're spiders. They're spider scorpions, in fact, in the DLC. Small ones, medium ones, and giant ones. When I say medium, I mean human-sized. Actually, no, they're bigger than you. The medium-sized ones are bigger than a player. The giant ones are really bigger than you. The small ones are about ankle height. Anyway, after that line delivers, you then get it then zooms into the empty eye socket, or where it says "shorn of light," and you can see tiny snakes balled up and writhing inside his eye socket. Literally, like, Mesmer literally has snakes arriving inside his body. And you know what's funny? A lot of people, when they first saw like that eye, that eye of his in the trailer, a lot of people thought it would be related to like Dragon Communion because of how similar it looks to the eyes of Dragon Communion the player gets, like when you if you eat enough Dragon Hearts. Oh boy, were we wrong. And we were wrong and very wrong. We were expecting some sort of clarification on the snake iconography and the symbolism of serpents in the Elden Ring universe. Now we know. The reason is the abyssal serpent. Is why the symbol of the snake is such a reviled symbol across both the Golden Order and the Hornsent culture. Pretty much like every known culture, except for like one that reveres serpents and like does blood sacrifices to them, Aztec style. Like it's practically a universally hated like symbol within this world. And Marika's eldest son was born cursed with the abyssal serpent with abyssal serpent writhing within him. It's not explicitly confirmed that Mesmer is the eldest son, but in order for him to lead this crusade within the Lands of Shadow against the Hornsent, he would have to be one of her first children. And Marika has quite a few demigod children. But yeah, fun fact, the music for this area is the main theme of Elden Ring. Like, it's the same song. But rather than in the form of an epic ballad, not necessarily epic, but sort of like a grandiose orchestra. It's been redone as a somber melody, somber ballad. Like, what would be the word for this? I'm not sure what the right word for this is. Lullaby, maybe? Not close enough. Ice Moo? I'm not sure what you mean by that one. And this is Radagon, the second Elden Lord, and the current Elden Lord, technically, since technically this DLC's dialogue suggests that the player character goes through all this before ascending to the throne of Elden Lord. So presumably, Radagon has not, Radagon's not been replaced yet. Several of the demigod children of America can trace their lineage to Radagon. Miquella being one of them. Miquella and Melania, who are twin siblings. They're both tie their parentage to Radagon and to America. They're children born of that union. Then there's children born of America's marriage to the first Elden Lord, Lord Godfrey, who is represented in this talisman, which was from the DLC. He actually has two talismans that reference his face. Godfrey, first Elden Lord, receiving the precious sap of the Erd Tree. Back before the shattering of the Elden Ring, which has subsequently led to the slow decay of the Erd Tree. The shattering of the Elden Ring happened when Gotham the Golden, another one of America's older sons. Yeah, one of the maybe second, third oldest son of America, probably second. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the chronological sequence of events is for which the actual family tree of America, which of her children came first. I'm not sure about that one. But when Godwin the Golden was assassinated on the night of Black Knives, the first of the demigods to die, America proceeded to then shatter the Elden Ring, which then kicked off a whole sequence of very, very bad things to happen. One, she was, for doing so to begin with, she is imprisoned within the Erd Tree. She is literally crucified on a rune arc within inside the Erd Tree. Before that happened, though, Radagon attempted to repair the Elden Ring with the very same hammer America used to destroy it. He was unsuccessful, and then America was imprisoned. And these various shards of the Elden Ring came into possession of all of America's demigod children. Each of them claimed a shard, except for Mesmer. He is sequestered away within the realm of shadow. And they all wage war with each other to try and claim each other's shards of each other's great runes and shards of the Elden Ring with the intention of essentially, they each had aspirations to succeed America. As a result, this war called the Shattering was all the demigod children taking their armies into war against each other. It dragged on for a very long time. No one was able to actually achieve definitive victory. and it events winded down to a stalemate. All the demigods basically retreated to their strongholds, now looking for wounds. And since then, there has been a lull, like basically a standoff between like all the shard bearers, which is where the Tarnished arrive to the lands between, be called back. See, America cast out Lord Godfrey and and his Tarnished warriors, stripping them of their grace, a grace of gold. Hence why we're called Tarnished in the first place. And we were cast out of the lands between to wander about the world. America did this with the intention that we would return later. Return after all of this went down. The call of grace would call us back to the lands between, and we would effectively put all of our children, like all of our demigod children, to the sword. Yes, all of you players are basically an army that America temporarily cast out of her kingdom before then recalling back with the purpose of killing all of our children. Like all of her sons and all her daughters. The explanation we're given, initially, is that they are considered to have fallen from grace and are now basically condemned to die. We the players do this, we go around tracking all of them down, we kill all of them. Technically we only need to kill 2, we only need 2 shards to actually repair the Elden Ring. But most players, at least the non-casual players, will end up trying to go after all of them anyway. And we then ascend to the throne through a few other complications after we get to the Erd Tree with our shards of the Elden Ring in hand. There's a few complications that arise. I won't go into too much detail. And we then gain entry into the Erd Tree to have audience with America personally.